Yes, you just tuned in to the Lioness's Den with your girl, Danette Elkins, a.k.a. the Lioness. I'm so excited for this show. We are only a few weeks away from Archipelago Records' big after party and the kickoff, the big after party for the Texas Gospel Music Excellence Awards and the kickoff for the God Got My Back tour. Oh my goodness, this lineup is getting hot. And on the show tonight in the spot, I have Lisa Franklin. Y'all say hello to Lisa Franklin right here in the studio. Hey, you're on mute.
There we go. Hey.
Hey, mute makes the world go around. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
What's happening, Lisa Franklin? How are you? I'm so honored.
Woo. I'm honored. I am honored to be here. I am doing so well. I mean, everything. God is just everything to me. And it's just, I'm just excited. I don't know. There's just an excitement in the air and I feel it. I feel it coming from you. I feel it, I just feel it in the air. God is doing some great things.
I think it's the new year. I just believe that God is going to do some supernatural things this year. And I'm excited for the ministry that God has birthed in you. So let's talk. How did you get started? How'd you get started?
Oh, wow. With my music career?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It actually goes way back. I was raised in a Christian home. My dad was a pastor. And so we were, I have 7 other siblings. Well, my sister, my eldest sister is deceased. But we were the choir. So, we started out singing. We had to sing. We had no choice. And so actually, I started back 7 years old singing in the adult choir, that type of thing. And but I must tell you this, actually, singing wasn't what I had my sights on. Back in the day, it was Soul Train.
Oh, really? Wait. Now, Lisa,
yes,
Lisa. Can you rock it like that?
That right there.
Did you ever make it to Soul Train?
No. But let me tell you though, I was close. I gathered all my little crew together because, I was just always, I love doing projects and things like that. I was always doing something to art. So, God had already, had it in me. I was born with it. And so I would get my crew together, and we would practice in the backyard when my dad wasn't home. Because, at that time it was that devil's music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, PK.
So, that's it right there. You turn it off when he comes home. Oh, there he is, So you turn it, and we would gather in the backyard. And I'm telling you, I would buy everybody outfits. And we was getting ready for Soul Train. I'm telling you, that was when I started.
Bumping and
all of that. And girl, let me tell you, some of the funny things about it was this. I bought everybody's clothes. I was working and things like that. And JCPenney's was my first little job. It was like high school. And and I would buy everybody's clothes. And so we didn't make it to Soul Train. We would go around to all the parties. People would invite us to come and dance, at their parties and things like that. So, my dad went sneaking out the back door, when everybody went to sleep.
Wait, hold on. Is this thing on? We do not condone.
No. Listen. I'm telling you, look here. I was a PK kid, but let me tell you, I ain't always been safe. I was sneaking out that back door. My daddy was asleep, going out there, hey, I was trying to get the Soul Train. The closest I got to Soul Train was my sister actually married one of the dancers from Soul Train.
Oh,
he was actually on there with his big fro and everything. Yes, it was my brother-in-law Shelton. He's deceased. My sister's deceased as well. But that was as close as I got. And so some of those old episodes got him on there. He's on there dancing and things. So, but singing was not my first.
Of course. I am so glad.
Yes.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for changing her course because I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need that. We need that in our lives. Oh, my God.
Let me tell you, it was just that I believe all of that was a part of where I am now. I was a leader and I was always wanting to bring people together and different things like that. So, God knows he put things in us early. And so, just kind of like, just kind of connecting the dots. I, at the age of 19, I got saved. I was in my dad's church. My dad was, he was a Starch Baptist preacher, and all that. And, and he was still about, hey, it was only Tremaine Hawkins and some of these people is what we grew up, listening to and things like that. So that was, a part of what got me into, to music as well, and those trailblazers. And so at 19, gave my heart to God. And like I said, I was always singing. So coming up singing with my siblings. And so I began to embark, in praise and worship. And so God began to use me in praise and worship. And so from there, I started writing and things like that. And I actually started writing for my siblings way back. I didn't know what I was doing, but I would write songs that we would sing. And so, of course, as I transitioned.
Well, what was some of the lyrics? What was like one of the first sets of lyrics?
I can tell you, I'll never forget it. And it was God Will Supply. And it was like, God will supply your air. And we would just sing it, and we God will supply your every need. And I didn't even know this as a young child, but I never forget that song. And we would sing that song around the city of Jacksonville, Florida. And, as we would get invited to places. And so I didn't know, like I said, what I was doing, but I was writing and God was just preparing me. And so I began to write after I gave my heart to God at the age of 19. And God saved me, filled me with his spirit. And from there, I just had a heart to worship. I'm a worshiper. And so, if I can use two words to describe me, it would be a worshiper.
I was going to say, I was letting it come on out. And at the end of the day, the ability to worship is, you hear people say, oh, worship is a lifestyle. Worship is a realm. Like, it's a whole nother experience with God. It's an intimate experience with God. Yes. That's what we feel in your music. Let's take a break. We're going to listen to I Believe by Lisa Franklin right here on GVHOT97. I got more where that came from. She will be back, y'all. We will be talking to her in a minute after we listen to I Believe right here on GVHOT97.
If I can believe that dreams come true, if I believe God's gonna do it for me. If I can believe that dreams come true, if I believe, yeah.
I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe, Lisa Franklin. I believe.
Yes.
Tell us the story. Tell us, I know there's a story.
Oh, wow. There is. Actually, I wrote the song in 2014. And at that time, I was actually had taken a medical leave of absence from my job and it was actually in my 6th month of being home. I was asking God because I was going through some things that doctors was trying to figure out what was going on with me. I couldn't walk, drive. I was kind of like stuck in my house. My daughter had to really help me out and things like that. I was really going through some things, but I knew that the enemy was fighting against me because of where God was taking me. But at that time, it was like, I told God, okay, God, this does not line up what you said. They were telling me that they didn't know if it was Parkinson's or if I had multiple sclerosis. And so they want to run all these tests on me, do a spinal tap, all these different things. And so I was crying out to the Lord and I said, okay, God, like I said, you didn't promise me that this doesn't line up with my destiny. And so the Lord spoke to me one day on the side of the bed. And he said, Lisa, there's no disease in your body. So I took that word and he began to say to me, Mark 9:23, he said, if thou can believe, God brought it to me. He said, if thou can believe, all things are possible. I was weeping, sitting in the dark. And I had this keyboard that I would keep. And I'm not like this, really good keyboard player or anything like that. But I was sometimes when I hear things, I would just begin to get on there and play the melody or whatever. And so the Lord had me bring it to me and I brought it to me. And he said, he said, I'm going to show you. I just heard the Lord say, just begin to play. And he was showing me, he started directing me and I was singing, I believe, but I began to sing Mark 9:23. If I can believe in a miracle, if I can believe, because I needed a miracle. I really needed a miracle. I didn't know, because the enemy was attacking my mind, anxiety, all kind of things was hitting me. I mean, it was torment. And so the Lord began to deal with me with that scripture. He said, if you can believe, Lisa, all things are possible. And so that's where that song comes from off Mark 9:23. God raised me up at that time. But the thing about it was he had me praying for people while I was going through what I was going through, praying for people that had terminal cancer, stage 4 lung cancer. God healed a man. In that time that I was going through what I was going through, God had me pray for him. And I'm like, I'm going through, And so, but God was showing me what he was doing in me. He brought me out of that. But that's where I believe came from. I just sat down and began to play it. But he said it wasn't time to release it yet. So when it was time, it was 5-6 years later that I released that song, I Believe.
I said it is amazing testament to the worshiper in you and the fact that, God would just lay those words on your spirit. I mean, I know it's scriptural and everything, but I just feel like sometimes we have access to the word and we still can't hear God talk. We still can't hear the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we thank God for that. So talk to me a little bit about your ministry, because you have a song called Prophesy.
Prophesy. And that's my ministry is like this. Everything that you hear when it comes to my music, it was actually written. It wasn't something that I sat down and said, okay, let me think of some lyrics. Okay, let me find a track. No, it's like in the heat of the battle. And Prophesy was in the heat of the battle. And I'm going to be just a little transparent right now.
That's okay.
Actually, when I wrote that song, and my husband at the time was telling me that he was leaving. We were doing ministry together and things like that, and just moving and moving in God. And when he said he was leaving, I'm like, oh my God, I had already been through some things. I had been through, I believe. I had been through that.
Come on, lay it out. Yes,
other things. And so it was like, okay, God, I had been through a marriage with domestic violence. I almost died in that marriage. That's another story of its own. God spared my life. And so I had been through all these things. Then I got him telling me that he was going to leave me. I walked into the bathroom and I stood in the mirror and I said, I prophesy over you. You shall win. And I promise you, the words that you hear, those are the words that I actually sung. And I said, I prophesied, because I'm dealing still in my body. Over you, sickness has to move. And I started singing it. I prophesy And that's where it came from. And watch this. He was sitting on the sofa. He was sitting on the couch, because when I walked in, I'm crying while I'm singing this song in the mirror, just like that. And when I walked out, he looked at me and said, that's a powerful song. Because he already knew that I write and how I was with, musical and things like that. And this man had promised, he was going to build me a studio in the house. And I mean, just all these different things. So, the enemy thought, okay, this is it. And that's why in the song I said, you shall win and not lose. I was telling myself that I had to prophesy, because I said I was not losing my mind. Saying you're not going to get the victory. I prophesy. So I'm standing in the mirror and I'm pointing at myself. So there's a story behind what I'm singing. And so that's where Prophesy was birthed. And I was driving down the street. I sung it all day, and the Lord had me turn into a church. I had nobody to play for me. So the band you hear doing Prophesy and I Believe and all that, God put all that together. It was some college kids. So it's God told me to turn into a church. I turned in, and there was a young man playing. He went to the University of Minnesota. He came back to, see his father. And he was in between coming back home or whatever, helping his dad with ministry. I talked to his dad after service. That's how we hooked up. And I met him later on that week. It was just the two of us, the keys. And I began to tell him my vision. And he was like, me? He didn't think he was good enough. I'm telling you, it's just all of it is a miracle. And so we began to work on I Believe. We began to work on Prophesy. And then here comes the lead guitarist. Here comes, and nobody knows nobody. He met him one night, but I was in the spirit and calling forth these people. I would pray because I'm an intercessor. So here I am saying, okay, I pull out the spirit realm, my band members, background vocalists.
Come on.
I started praying, and then those things started manifesting in the natural.
Yes.
And so these people that came together, nobody knew anybody. Some of these people still with me 4 years later. And so it's nobody but God, and it's a whole nother story, because some of these people I'm mentoring now, and they're getting ready to work on their own projects and things like that. But that's where Prophesy came from, was through that turmoil.
That's kingdom. That's kingdom.
Yes.
That's kingdom. God is good. And I heard the ministry, and whoo, God lays on you. I interview some people and they have songs. I'm like, oh, that's a good song. Yeah. But God lays on you some. Let me just lay here for a minute, cash straight. Let me get my whole life together. God puts songs in your spirit that make you be like, I'll repent, God. You right. I just need to, yes, Lord. Like I'm listening, God. I say yes and amen.
I just want to be used.
Excited. And that's what comes across, though. It's one thing to be an independent artist, right? That's one struggle in itself, because we don't have the backing.
Right.
I mean, you still are, on the tour with Archifella Records.
Yes.
But, you're still considered independent because it's an independent artist showcase. Right. So, we understand the plight of the independent artist. All right. Well, you still came a long way, Lisa Franklin.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I've gotten awards for Prophesy, for I Believe, the Rhythm of Gospel Award for that. I received 2 awards, 2 different categories with that. And also the Newsom Award, I Believe, which is this year. So God has placed me in some places, and I thank him for that. And, just being able to, the song to be able to go international and for people to be touched.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I want them, when they turn it on, I want them to play it over.
If God touches you in the spirit and gives you the revelation in the spirit, what you think's gonna trickle down from that?
Oh, yes.
It's just inevitable. So let's talk about it. You got a holiday song.
Yes.
And you know what? It's different because a lot of Christian artists, if you will, kind of stay from, they kind of stay from holiday songs. So, but yours is one titled very different, Holiday Memory. So, I know you got a story. So how did Holiday Memory come about?
Well, we know what's going on in society today and how we've lost so many people, and there are a lot of people that are hurting. A lot of people, they've lost loved ones. I've lost, like I said, my sister, my dad, my mom. And so, and during the holidays, we create memories, family memories and things like that. And so I wanted to do something to capture today and just to say, I remember the traditions. I remember the things. I remember the times when, we gather, when family gathered and different things like that. It's a happy holiday. And so instead of people feeling down or whatever, that the song would actually lift their spirit. But at the same time, they can celebrate and remember, at the same time, because I have good memories of my sister and I was always with her, during the holidays and things like that. And so I just thought, with the times and all this going on, what about a song? And I got a team together, actually some of the guys, and we actually was up 2 a.m. We put that song together in 2 days. We were in the studio and I'd never moved that quick, but it was like in 2 days. And then all of a sudden DistroKid put it on the playlist. I got an email from DistroKid saying, hey, we love your song. We want to, do something with it. And it was in a short period of time. And so it racked up like 9,000 streams almost and everything in just a few days. So God just really moved that song and people just really love it. So.
Yeah. Yes. And you can see God's hand all through your ministry, all through your music. We are going to listen to Holiday Memory. And we want to take a moment just to shout out, if you will, or to send our condolences to those that have lost to COVID.
Yes.
It's been loss after another, and even senseless things that have been taking our family members' lives.
Yes.
So I just say that we keep you all lifted up in prayer. Keep us lifted up in prayer. Just because we sit here on camera and Lisa Franklin is looking good because she's beautiful. We still have things that we deal with behind the scenes. Keep us prayed up too. Right here on GVHOT97, Holiday Memory by Lisa Franklin.
Traditions that we hold so dear. this year. I really miss you being here.
Holiday memories. It's always nice to make memories with your family, with your friends, your loved ones. That's such a beautiful song. Let's talk about what's next, Lisa Franklin. I mean, the music so far has been amazing. The worship is cray-cray. What's next for you?
Oh, God. What's next for Lisa Franklin? We've got a tour coming up. Yes, we get to start off this year, 2022, with the tour. And I'm so excited about that. The Archerfellow Records, God's Got My Back tour with headliner Lady C. We've got Jessica Reedy. We've got Kalante Gavin, myself, Derman Glanton, Naya Lyrics. Hey. Yes. And so many more that's going to be joining. Simply Candace, Charles Avery. I mean, all these indie artists, Catherine Waters. I mean, it's just so many. I can go on. Beverly Heath. I can go on. And
listen, you naming them too. I'm coming out.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in Houston. That's where the kickoff is at. Houston, Texas.
You got to be there. I'm telling you, you got to be there. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be awesome. No. The band is going to be live. We're going to have live music. The band is awesome. We're going to have live music, live vocals, just everything going. It's going to be, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Fire. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to tell you.
Guess who got your red carpet? Well, we call it the white carpet experience. Guess who's going to be on the white carpet? It's going to be GVHOT97. I'm going to be talking to Lisa the night of, give you a little behind the scenes tea. Yes. Okay. And what we do when it's time to do a show like God's Got My Back.
Woo! Yes.
With this all-star studded lineup. So we're excited. And what you got next? What's your next project other than musically?
Well, actually, I'm working on some new music. Like I believe I mentioned it earlier. I love mentoring and things like that. And so right now I am mentoring others that are coming out, and just trying to teach them. It's not just the creative part of music is really simple. When you've been anointed to do that, it's easy to do that. But it's the business side. So I'm really trying to put together something with that. I've self-educated myself, in that. Not only that, I believe in gleaning, and I believe in putting myself in places where others, where I'm trying to go, they're already there. And so I believe in, putting myself in arenas and learning, and getting all I can and writing it down and all that. So I've learned, a whole lot of things concerning it. So I'm trying to teach, and that's what I really want to do, get into that, and I'm doing it. And so, and I'm taking some under my wings and just, mentoring them, and they're asking to come and asking me to help. As a matter of fact, last night we were in the studio. Last night I'm always in the studio and helping them produce their music and different things like that. So I do some of that producing, and so, but the paperwork and things people don't know. And I just want to say a little bit of that. They don't know you need to have a musician for hire if you're not planning on, sharing. You know what I'm saying? And doing a split sheet and things like that, but you need that split sheet as well. But if they're going to just come on and just do the session, you need your music singers for hire. You need your split sheet, and different things like that. So I try to teach them that. So I want to get into like the mentoring and different things like that. And like I said, I'm already doing it. And so in helping those, because I believe, you take care of the people that take care of you. And so I do that, I definitely, that's my motto. I adopted that you do that. And so those that have been helping me along the way, I'm giving back to them, And so that's what I'm doing now. And so, like I said, I was in the studio last night. When you're in the studio, it's like late. So we're in the studio all night doing some things and doing the radio drop, and, and all those different things.
It's fire too.
I was in the studio. That was like midnight. I probably sound a little tired, but and so so we were in there and just working. It's that that studio life. You know what I'm saying? And so those are some of the things that I'm doing next. I'm working on something that I can't say yet, so I'm hoping I can come back and tell you about it.
When you come back, okay, you coming back.
It's huge.
Okay, you coming back though.
Yes, I will be back.
I'm putting it down. I'm writing it down now, and I got you on recorded too.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm a person, I believe your word is your bond. You keep your word.
How did I know that? I knew that. I knew that about you.
Uh-huh. And so, but that is what's next for Lisa. And like I said, a surprise. And so, so it's working with that and some new music. I'm getting ready to drop. There's a song, and I'm just going to tell you the name of it. It's called Lion of Judah. And that is, there's a story behind that. So it's really awesome. I was actually on my knees in prayer, and the Lord just began to, I'm praying, and I began to just, the worshiper, it's a thing going on. It's, we worshipers know that intimacy. Like,
it's happening. It's just happening.
It is, right? And so,
I'm a worshiper. I'm face flat, not everything. I'm a worshiper.
Yes, all of that. And so he's saying to me, I'm praying in the spirit, and then he tells me what I'm saying in the spirit, and it was Lion of Judah. You are the Lion of Judah. And I begin to say, and we worship you. And so God began to show me, write the song. And sometimes the Lord will speak to me and he'll say, write the song. And I've got quite a few songs. And so, but this Lion of Judah is I'm going to drop that next. But you are the Lion, Judah, we worship you.
Ooh, don't get me started on here now.
Lion of Judah, we worship you. And you're going to hear, who can stand against you? And you're going to hear the music. It's so awesome. And so as I was on my knees in prayer, I was singing it, but tears rolling down my face, and the Lord began to let me know what I was singing in the spirit. And I began to sing it in the natural, and then I called the guys, and we went straight to the studio. I called up my engineer, and I was like, hey, I need to come in now, pencil me in. We went in, and I'm telling you, in a day, we had that song. I already knew what it sounded like, so the Lord had already given me the music. But it's called Lion of Judah, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
When it comes out, I get an exclusive. You coming right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me show it to GVHOT97.
GVHOT97, yes.
Okay, all right. You coming back. So
yes. Yeah. Oh, I will be back.
Wait. Where can people find your music?
They can find my music anywhere, wherever you stream music, wherever you purchase your music, I'm there. They can go to Spotify. Everything is on Spotify there. They can also go to my website, www.lisafranklinmusic.com, and they can actually just go from there and just find everything. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at L Franklin Music. My Lisa Franklin Facebook page, so they can connect to me in all kind of places. And so I'm just excited, and just excited to connect. So connect with me, you all. Connect. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be awesome.
And they are not just going to Houston. That's where the kickoff is. They going to ATL. They going to Jacksonville.
That's it. Look, we've got North Carolina. We've got New Jersey. Okay. Yes. We've got, I believe California's jumping on that. We've got Connecticut. And so, we've got some awesome places, Louisiana, I believe. And so, and just more cities, just like, hey.
It just keep adding up, y'all.
Can you come here?
Yes. I was like, y'all need a hype woman to go, because I'll be like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm auditioning.
Okay.
All right. I'll do. I need to audition for Pastor Ford. Is that what I need to do? Pastor Ford, I'm auditioning.
Look, we'll tell Dr. Archie, Pastor Ford, Anthony Boyd. Come and audition. Hey.
When I come in town, that's what. Set that up. Okay, set it up. Set up ground.
I will do that.
I'm gonna be like, are you ready for for the God. Got my back.
That's it.
I'm ready.
And then the band starts. Oh, yes. I can hear it. Yes, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we have
don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. It's just
you don't.
You really don't.
Get your tickets ahead of time. You heard the lineup, the headliner, Lady C, Dermond Glanton. We have Beverly Heath.
Beverly Heath.
We have Beverly Heath.
Catherine Waters is there. We've got Charles Avery. We've got Charlotte Music. I mean, we've got, Simply Can. We've got all kind of people on there. Jessica Reed, Kalante Gavin.
Yes.
You know, featured artists.
And Kalante can go in.
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Take you straight to church.
Okay. That. Yes.
So you all, God's Got My Back tour is kicking off in Houston, February 25th. February 25th.
Yes.
And we will have a good time.
Then go to the website, archifellowrecords.com, www.archifellowrecords.com. The tickets are on Eventbrite. And so go out there, get your tickets, purchase your tickets. You're going to have a great time. You're not going to be disappointed at all.
And if you're not near Houston, there will be a city near you. Go on the website and you can see all the dates and you can get your tickets, okay? You spell it ARCHAFELLA.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Archifella.
And don't miss out. So it has been a pleasure to have you, Miss Lisa Franklin, right here on GVHOT97 in the Lioness's Den. We hold you to that exclusive when you drop that new banger. Yes. We want you to come back. Anything that you're doing, you have open invitation. And we wish you all the best. We're praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Yes. So there you go, y'all. I told you I was going to bring you all the artists from the God's Got My Back tour. We'll be doing this every Saturday leading up to the main event, and GVHOT97 will be on the carpet. So you don't want to miss it. Get your tickets. There are specials for hotels. There's specials for rentals. I mean, there's specials for everything. Texas Gospel Music Excellence Awards has made sure that they have taken care of every detail. So we can't wait to see you. If you are an independent artist, come learn about the business of the music industry, especially in the gospel industry. Learn about how to do business, as Lisa Franklin is talking about. I mean, there's a lot of great talent that will be in the building, so don't miss it. And do not forget to get your tickets for this amazing kickoff of God's Got My Back. Okay, how many of y'all know God got your back? If God got your back, then you need to go get a ticket, okay? I will see you there. It's your girl, Danette Elkins, a.k.a. the Lioness, right here on GVHOT97.net. As always, y'all, stay tuned and stay connected.